Michael, you said you weren't going to come to LA until you had that acting reel.
Yeah,
Yes,
there were
is
a
that
few things that I made a list of things I needed before I went to LA. One was a better resume, so I went and got some credits. Two was an acting reel, because I knew how many actors were out here. I didn't know exactly how many actors were out here, but I knew that there were a lot more than New York. So in my mind, I was like, how am I going to stand out amongst this whole sea of actors, beginners, advanced, whatever? How am I going to stick out and be noticed by a manager or an agency? Well, get a reel. Make a reel. Make a highlight tape of stuff you've done so you can show people. Because guess what? A headshot is a headshot. It's a picture of you. You could take a picture of some guy walking down the street, call it a headshot, and he can say, I'm an actor. SAG-AFTRA, he could be lie and say. It doesn't really do much. Unless you look like Brad Pitt. I don't look like Brad Pitt. So how do I differentiate myself? I have to show my acting talent. How do you do that? Invite people to a show? Yeah. Are people going to come to them? Probably not. Maybe. Maybe you get lucky. You get, maybe out of 20 emails you send to casting directors who want to come to your showcase, maybe you get one that comes. But how can I effectively send out a package with all my stuff in it that everyone will at least have the access to? Not necessarily click on, because you get spam every day. You get an email from someone, oh, I'm in this thing, okay, delete. But what if you package it with a reel, a resume, a website, and all your contact information and your pictures on one web page? What if you do that? So the goal was make a website, have your reel on it, have your photos, have news, like a news feed of what stuff you're doing, to say, hey, here I am, here's all my stuff, take it or leave it. And I did that. Literally the day before I left LA, I launched my website. And I did that on purpose, to just have what do they call it? Like a barrage, not a barrage, but have I don't know the word.
It's like a day and date of you coming out to LA.
Yeah, exactly. But to have I'm not finding the word, but just, I wanted to make it an all-in-one assault, almost like an assault of Michael Galante, not bits and pieces, not, it's all, who is this kid? He's brand new, no one really knows him, but here's his stuff. And it worked. I got here, I sent out all these emails to all these managers with the reel, the resume, the website, all professionally done. Thank God for my creative team, because I can't do this stuff. I didn't make my website. I didn't make my reel. I had an amazing team of friends, really talented friends who did this for me. They're professionals at what they do, but they also happen to be friends.
So let's go back, because that sounds great, a creative team, but how did you, so you knew so-and-so did websites, you knew so-and-so did reels. How many times did you meet with them? What did you express to them about?
The reel was a 2-3 year process.
Oh, that long, okay.
Of getting clips together, going through them, highlighting what we're going to use, what we're not going to use. I had, I had 2 editors working on my reel. Then I had a graphic designer to make a website, which I paid for, in full, but he was a friend I played soccer with. Really talented guy, extremely talented people. And these people were able to make me, package me in this one, on a website, and make me look marketable. And that's what you have to do. You have to do that, because there's too many actors out there to just come to LA and say, go to a manager and say, hey, here's my headshot. I'm working on my reel.
Right, and I think when you show all that, it also sends a message that you get work done, or you kind of do what you say you're going to do.
It's complete.
Right.
Are your credits? Are you working on X-Men 4? No, maybe not. But you're at least, you understand what the business is about by doing that, because you have to. It's a business. You have to be a marketable human being, right? You have to appeal to the masses. How do you do that? You have to at least have a portfolio that can get to a lot of people. So I thought the website would do that with a reel that packages me, into one. It's clicking. I made it very easy for managers and agents to access what I've done, and I think actors They don't do enough of that.
So when you got here, how did you get access to those people's information?
IMDb. I went on IMDb Pro, which you can pay for. It's like, I don't know, $60 a month. I can't believe I'm saying this. This is very good information, actors out there. And I went, yeah, I'm just going to do it. I went through, you can actually sort through on IMDb Pro and rank the managers and agents 1 to, there's like 20,000 of them. And I went through for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, stayed in my apartment, had a glass of wine occasionally just to relieve the stress and tension, and went through and sorted out whose contact info I have, because sometimes they don't list. You know, sometimes the emails are there, sometimes they're not. I emailed everybody anyway. I didn't care because my mentality was I have nothing to lose. And I went through and I emailed the top 100 managers in Los Angeles. And I got responses. And a lot of them were funny. They were like, we don't usually do this, but would you take a meeting with us? I'm like, yeah, of course I would take a meeting with you. And I was fortunate to take about 8 meetings and got offers from 4 people, and I signed with one, which was the best one.
And this is within how much time?
4 months.
4 months. How long was this email, and what did it say?
It was 1 page, and it was extremely candid and honest. Hey, my name is Michael Galante. Here's my reel. Here's my resume. Here's a website. Here's some photos. I would love to work with you. Let me know what you think. It was extremely honest and just to the point. There was no BS. I didn't really talk about myself. You know why? Because the website did it. The reel did it. That's the beautiful thing about a reel. When you have that, you don't have to talk about yourself. Because once you start talking about yourself, people tune out. Come on, I mean, we're on the street and you start talking about yourself and you hear someone talk, it's like, okay, you could be telling the truth or you could not be telling the truth. You know, you don't know. You have no idea. You can't fake a reel. It's there. You press play and those are images of you on a show or in a commercial. That's not BS. So it was all planned out.
So you said the reel was what, 2 years in the making?
Yeah, well, no. If you think about it, it was all the time I was in New York, about 5-6 years in the making. I took all the footage, compiled it into, my reel's kind of long, 5 minutes.
It's a great reel.
It's funny though, isn't it? 6 years of work into 5 minutes.
And so what made you choose certain scenes?
Well, I hired my editor, Mark Odgers, who's one of the most talented people I know in this world. And he was like, use this, don't use this, this is terrible, this is good, we're gonna use this. He just made it into like a little movie. And that's what people watched when I sent out to managers and agents. And they were like, okay, I'm gonna call this kid.